Hey, I'm Gideon. Welcome to the Rundown by My Patriot Supply, where we give you the essential knowledge you need to stay prepared. Today we're going over the VESTA, the Self-Powered Indoor Space Heater and Stove by InstaFire. This is a great unit. It collapses into a really compact form for storage, for travel. It's lightweight, and it doesn't require any electricity. We're going to cover everything you need to know about setup, tips and tricks, even troubleshooting, as well as storage and maintenance. Okay, so first, obviously take everything out of the packaging. This shows you how to assemble it, get it set up. So when it's in its compact storage position like this, it's kind of locked in with the tray. Pull this tray out a little bit. So once you have the tray pulled out a little, then this can come right out. And then in here is the grate that is used as the cooktop, as well as the manual. All right, so when installing the grate, you want the bars to be facing upward like this. And you put one end down under these tabs, set it right down in there, and then lock it in like that. So next, let's put in the canned heat. Just FYI, the InstaFire canned heat is specifically designed for the VESTA. It's indoor safe, it lasts a long time. Honestly, I usually will get even more than 6 hours out of these, depending on how long you pull the wick out, which we're gonna go over that too. You'll see on this side, it says pull out snuffer. This little tab here is the bottom of the snuffer handle. So you pull that out. This is what you use to put out the canned heat. So set that aside, pull out the tray. With the canned heat, you want to pull the wick out just a little bit till it's about an inch high. So you want to pull the wick out a little bit. Now, this is not an exact science, other than the more you pull the wick out, the bigger and hotter the flame is going to be. So you generally pull it out about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, and then you fluff it up a little bit. Some people, when they use this, they say it's not heating up very much, it's taking too long to boil stuff or cook stuff, and that's always because they left the wick down there. See the difference? When you pull the wick out like that, it's gonna create much more heat and flame. So you can use this with as little as 1 can of canned heat or up to 3. So you can see the positions here where you put them. I'm gonna go ahead and do all 3 since I've got them here. And now they're ready to light. My personal favorite is the InstaFire Pocket Plasma Lighter. It's rechargeable and works every time. It's super handy. You don't have to refill it with fuel. It's just electric, just wind resistant, and has an extendable little neck. So all you do is push the button, creates a little plasma flame on there. You do want to be careful because this is such clean burning fuel, the flame is almost invisible. So now that you've got these lit, we provide the snuffer, which A is a snuffer, and you use it to put them out, which I'll demonstrate in a second. B has this little lip here, which is perfect for grabbing the end of the tray, keeping your hands safe while you're pulling this drawer in and out. So use this as much as possible so you don't burn yourself. So now you have a ready to go cooktop. You don't want to cook directly on this. It's not for grilling because you're going to get fats and juices dripping down, making a huge mess and also potentially causing a fire hazard. So this is to put a pan on and cook in the pan. And when you're done cooking, use the little lip on the snuffer to pull the tray out. There are these plastic handles on the side. The rest of the unit will get pretty hot, so don't touch the rest of the metal. Just grab the handle on the side, pull this out, and then use the snuffer to snuff each flame out. And then when you're done with the snuffer, it slides right back in to its storage spot on that side. So there you go. As far as one of the functionalities of the VESTA, the cooktop portion, that's how to use that. So now we're gonna go over using the space heater. To do that, you get the snuffer, pull the tray out just a little bit, and then you can see on the side with the fan, this is the fan, there's a couple of little tabs here, and there's a couple little tabs here on the back. So those tabs go right into those slots. So now that's on like that. The fan goes on the reverse side from the tray. So one thing to note when using the space heater, the positions for the canned heat are numbered 1, 2, and 3. The 1 position goes right under this fan. This is only going to work effectively if you have one of the canned heats in the 1 position, because this is a thermoelectric fan, so the fan activates just from the heat. If you have a canned heat in the 2 or 3 position, it's not going to be under the fan and it's not going to turn on. So you need to at least have 1 can under the fan, which the unit can work just like that. If you only want a little bit of heat, that's fine. If you want a little more heat, use 2. And if you want the most heat, use 3. And once again, make sure that the wicks are pulled out, because that's what helps it heat up even more. So we're gonna light these up and then slide it in. So once you slide the tray in, that helps keep the heater secure. And once again, I'm touching it now because it hasn't heated up yet, but it's gonna get real hot. This whole unit is gonna get really hot. It has protective feet under it to protect whatever surface you have it sitting on. And it has these plastic handles that stay cool. So only touch the plastic handles. So now we're gonna give it a minute to heat up, and you're gonna see right in here, the fan blades start to spin. So on this side, you can see all of these heat fins. These all get really hot, and as this fan activates, it's blowing heat through those fins and into whatever space you're trying to warm up. All right, so now it's heated up, and it's much harder to see the fan blades because they're spinning like crazy, and it's blowing the heat right out this side, and I'm actually starting to get pretty hot. Okay, so getting a closer look at this thermoelectric fan here. So under this base plate, there's a thermoelectric generator that turns the heat into electricity and powers this fan. So you don't need any batteries, you don't need to be connected to the grid or anything. Just the canned heat powers this whole device. So you can see in here the thermoelectric generator is sandwiched between this base plate here and this whole metal unit up here that holds the fan. This unit being cooler than the base plate is what creates the difference in the thermoelectric generator and creates electricity. So this works really well and will last for hours and hours. So you definitely want to stock up on some canned heat to make sure in an emergency, when you're out in the wilderness in the cold, whatever your situation is, you want to have enough canned heat for whatever period of time you're wanting to stay warm for. If power goes out, if something goes wrong, this could literally save your life. Okay, so I'm literally going to turn this off now because I'm getting really hot. So use the snuffer to pull it out. Just tamp down on each of them. And actually from some of that smoke, you can maybe see it blowing it all out. And then use the snuffer to slide that tray back in. So as I've said before, this whole unit gets really hot. Be sure to keep this somewhere that kids or pets aren't going to brush up against it or play with it, and also that it's not touching any fabric or anything flammable. All right, so once it's cooled off, be sure to replace the caps on these for storage. And if you're leaving it set up like this, you can obviously store these right inside the unit. Okay, so once you're done using your unit, obviously you let it cool off completely, and then you pull the tray out, pop the heater right off. And this is for breaking it down if you're gonna be putting it in the bag, which we're gonna pull out, or you just want a smaller unit for storage. So you take the cans out. Remember, this tray locks in the grill. So you need to pop the tray out a little bit, and then you can pull the grate out. Now for storage, the grate goes upside down and right down into there. And then you put the heater in this side first, so it goes past these tabs, and it stores right down inside the rest of the body. And then you can push your tray back in, and it's compact. Now I'm going to show you the VESTA carrying case, which is sold separately, but I highly recommend it. It's great for storage, travel. If you need to carry it for any distance, it's perfect for that. So when you open it up, you've got your strap and you've got a little divider wall. So you pop the bag out, expand it, and put the divider wall in. Hooks right to the Velcro on the inside. And then you have this big portion here that perfectly fits the VESTA. And then you have this smaller portion here, which is where you store the canned heat. One thing to note about this canned heat, you always want to keep it upright in storage. Even if these are on tight, any container that has fuel in it, you want to keep it upright. And this holds up to 4 canned heat and the entire VESTA unit. And then you attach a carrying strap. And there you go. There's both a top handle as well as the shoulder strap. And now you have stovetop and space heater, just like that, ready to go wherever you want to. All right, so here's everything that's included in the VESTA unit. You have the main body with the tray, you have the cooktop grate, the snuffer, and the space heater unit. So make sure all of this is included in the box. Reach out to customer service if not. This is just the unit itself. It's not gonna work like this. You gotta pick up some canned heat. I would recommend grabbing a bunch of these. They store pretty much indefinitely, and they're what makes the unit work. Additionally, I recommend a VESTA carrying bag. It just keeps everything nice and tidy and stores up to 4 cans of canned heat. This is purchased separately, but I highly recommend it. That's it for this episode of the Rundown from My Patriot Supply. Make sure to head over to mypatriotsupply.com and pick up a VESTA, a bag, and some canned heat, so you can be prepared for anything that comes.